Susan Hepler. I've been watching a lot of documentaries on Shelly Miscavige. My question is, given the numerous new properties that the church seems to acquire each year, is it possible that they could have moved her to one of the newer and more secluded properties? And is there any way of finding out which properties the church actually owns through things like tax filings or something like that? Great question, Susan. And yes, it's entirely possible that Shelly Miscavige is not located at the Church of Spiritual Technology up in the Lake Arrowhead Hills and Mountains outside of Los Angeles County. That's probably where she is, though. I mean, we have certain eyewitness accounts and things like that, and we're pretty sure that's probably where she's located. But good question to always be aware of where else could she be. You know, where's Carmen Sandiego? Where's Shelly Miscavige, right? She could be in Australia. That is a place where people get relegated to when they need to be disappeared. But the problem with Shelly Miscavige is she's Shelly Miscavige. So she's not like any other Sea Org member who can be disappeared, because anywhere she shows up, if she's Shelly Miscavige, there's going to be questions. There's going to be people going, what? And there's going to be all kinds of fervor, not fervor, but fur raised over her presence. So she needs to be put somewhere where that's not going to happen. And that's another reason why CST is such an ideal location. There are the actual vault location sites, Trementia, New Mexico, and the other places. And she could easily be sent to those locations. That would be even more remote in some ways, like the ranch in Creston, California, where Hubbard died. I mean, if she was there, no one would know, right? But again, it's kind of the same way no one would know on any of the CST properties. On any other Church of Scientology property, I think there would be issues, like I mentioned. So that wouldn't really be a thing. Yes, there are ways of tracking and finding out other properties the Church of Scientology owns through real estate databases, public records checks, that kind of thing. But you kind of have to know what you're looking for a little bit, because Scientology often purchases properties under assumed names of umbrella corporations that they set up specifically to buy properties so that no one will know that the Church of Scientology is the one purchasing them. They do that all the time. They've done that when they first moved into Clearwater. They've done it more recently in Clearwater. And I'm sure they've done it in other places as well. So it's a little hard to track with total certainty all the places that Scientology owns property. But there are former members like Paul Burkhart, who was the one who actually left from the landlord office a few years ago. And he didn't bring it with him, unfortunately. He actually had a spreadsheet that had all the Scientology properties on it. I really wish he'd brought that out with him. That would have been informative. But he's at least seen that work, and he's said that what we know about in terms of all the properties is pretty accurate as to what they have. At least that's what I understand from what he said. So that's what I can say about all of that, and maybe at some point I'll reach out to Paul and ask him about more about that, to see if there's more we don't know about some of those properties out there.